Hey, pageant fans. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are joining me from. Welcome to another live episode of Standouts on Pageantry. I'm your host, Teresa. So, if you're new here, I want you guys to stop what you're doing and go over to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified or when I go live or when I drop a new episode. Now, without further ado, we're going to get into today's little discussion and we're going to be talking about Miss Universe Philippines Pina Rampa Runway Showcase. So I know I missed last week, so I'm a little bit behind, I feel like. And I know they've already dropped their swimsuit challenge, the Aqua Burake swimsuit challenge. So I'm gonna see if I can watch that this evening, and if I can, then I will try to come on and do a live sometime in the week to kind of talk about that a little bit because I know we're getting closer and closer to the day of the pageant, which is May 2nd. So yeah, don't want to waste any more time. I just want to make sure that I'm covering as much as I can in this time. But y'all, it's been a crazy 2 weeks, these past 2 weeks. If you guys don't know or haven't heard, we had a lot happen here in Cayman as it relates to pageants, in particular the Miss World Cayman Islands pageant. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just check out my channel on the under the videos tab. There should be 3 episodes where I cover some very, breaking news, some shocking news, and that is that our Miss World Cayman Islands 2024 was recently dethroned. This is not something that we are used to. I mean, no one is really used to this because it doesn't happen that often, and so when it does, it's usually a big deal. So yeah, we had a lot to talk about this last 2 weeks, so it's been crazy. But I'm back, and I'm ready to talk about Miss Universe Philippines. So let's get into it. Let me just pull up my notes on Miss Universe Philippines. So, once again, this is why I love the Miss Universe Philippines organization. They always just give us so many opportunities to see the girls like shine, and I feel like that's good for us and great for them because they get so much exposure. They also get an opportunity to, showcase their skills. If you don't perform well in one challenge, there's always something else that you can have a chance to shine in, and I think that's great. So I want to start by giving a shout out to to the ladies who were on my edge for this particular runway challenge, and that was Bacoor City, Bulacan, Zamboanga City, Sultan Kudarat, Cebu City, Lapu-Lapu, I'm not sure how you say this one, Lililu, Laguna, Samar Island, San Jose, Batangas, and I think this is pronounced Siriago. So those were on my edge. Those were women that definitely caught my eye, but I just felt like these other women were like really, really, really stand out. And honestly, like this was a tough one. I feel like these women really brought it, and I was excited for it. So kicking things off with Bago City, Negros Occidental, I thought she came out with such a powerful walk. She looked fierce, and I loved her fierce face, and she gives a really great last turn, y'all. Baguio, love the pony whip at the beginning. Like that pony whip was everything. I thought she had like this sweet but sexy demeanor and walk, which I love, right? It's a little sweet and spicy there. She had a great walk. I just wish that she didn't look down at the ground. And I bet that was probably because they have like a marker there that, you gotta hit this, when you get here, you gotta hit this pose. So ladies, you gotta have to not look down at the ground, use your peripheral vision, but just try not to look down at the ground. Like we don't need to see you looking down. What we want is for you to make that eye contact with the camera and really engage us and hold our attention there and not look down at the ground. And I wish that she had held her last pose just a little bit longer. But I thought overall, beautiful face, and I love that pink dress that she was wearing. I think this next one is pronounced Kalukan. I love this walk. It was a very sexy walk, and I thought her body looked fit. And I just wish that, again, she'd held her poses and that her facials were a little bit stronger. So I think her facials could have been worked on a bit more. So that's something that she can take and work on before the competition. But, overall, pretty solid job. The next person is Camarins. and I loved her walk. I thought she had really great strides. That is something I love to see, is when the ladies are like really extending those legs. There's no bent knees, and they are really giving us that nice long extension. That looks so good on camera. And she had strong facial expressions, especially that last face during the turn. Woo, it was something else. It was great. Cami Gwynn, she looked really, really pretty on the runway, like I have to say. And she had a very powerful walk. She honestly looked like a model. And she has like these really soft and sweet vibe to her. And I love that for her. Her facials, I definitely thought could have used some work there. Laguna. She was stunning and elegant in her purple dress. I liked her walk and pose at the end of the runway. I liked the last pose, especially that she did. But she did something kind of strange with her head where she almost like, I don't know how to describe it. Let me see it. Can I pull that particular walk up? Let me see if I can pull that out. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try and see if I can find her. Let me go to YouTube and see if I can pull it up. But she did something really odd with her head and like her neck. Let me just pull that up. Empire. Why is it not coming up? There we go. And that was Laguna. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, the videos. Laguna. Gotta get to the L's. Laguna. Oh, I think this is her, right? She was wearing purple. Okay, let me hit pause 1 second. And let me do share video. Okay, hopefully y'all can see this now. All right, so let's go. Okay, so see her hair. Isn't this purple dress gorgeous on her? Strong pose, nice walk. Love the body movement. Look at her go. She just looks elegant and fierce and just regal. I love that for her. There she goes. Okay, nice face. Okay. Okay, did you see that right there? Let me back it up. Let me back it up. One more time. You gotta pay attention, guys. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Oh, I missed it. Saw that right there? So it was sort of this thing where she like, and then she stuck her head forward and like led with her chin. I thought that was very peculiar. I don't think that that's something you want to do on stage. You definitely don't want to. Oh wait, I don't think you guys saw it. My bad. Hold on. All this time I'm talking and you guys can't see what I'm saying. Okay, one last time. Let me get it up. All right. See that right there. Let me give it to you again. Okay. Right. So she was sort of leading with her chin. And I thought that was peculiar. It was odd. I noticed that was something that she just like, she turned her head and then she did like that. So that's something that you don't want to lead with your chin. I get that she was probably trying to do like a quick whip of the head, but we have to be careful not to lead with the chin. I see that sometimes with girls where like, you know, their chin is more forward, their neck is like back here, and their shoulders are back there. It's can be very, very odd, especially when you're profile. It looks very odd. So I would say that would be something that she could work on, but I definitely thought overall she did a good job. Let me see. The next person on my list was Cebu Province. So I can pull her up. Cebu. I kind of have them all over the place just based on how I went through a list and then tried to organize it. Cebu Province, here she is. Let's see. Look at her go. Yes, fierce. She had this really like dark and mysterious vibe to her. The walk looks really good. I felt like she could have used some like stronger facials. Yeah, you see, like give her something more. Give her something in the eyes. I did like her poses though, and I like that she took her time. I love that. That was nice. And I like the turn that she did. Yeah. So yeah, she definitely caught my eye, and I enjoyed her. Like I said, I thought she had like a very dark and mysterious vibe to her. The next one on my list was Davao. Now, I have to say that Davao really impressed me. Like, wow. Let me just make sure that you guys can still see. Hopefully, you guys can still see that. Yes. Then we're gonna pull up Davao. This is Davao here. Look at her go. She looks like a supermodel on the runway. Stunning. This face on the runway. Oh my god, look at it. Look at her face. Ooh, you see the intensity in those eyes? I felt that. I felt her energy there. She's just very model-esque. Love her. Oh my gosh. And the eye contact, perfection. She just feels like she was really piercing into my soul. She did a really excellent job with that. Okay. Elegant City. Let's pull her up and see what we thought of her. Let's see. All right. This was Elegant City. I love that. Ooh, love that. Yes, girl. Mm-hmm. Fierce. Mm-hmm. Love that she took her time with the poses. You really want to take your time. You don't want to rush it. Look at that. Wow. I love that turn. That turn was perfection. Now, I do want to say that although she is on my list, I will say that I would like to see a bit more of a stronger walk from her. There's just something for me that's a little bit missing. Like from the side it looked good, and then somehow it feels toned down when you're looking at it from the front. And it could be just the dress, the restriction of the dress, because she is wearing a more fitted dress. But I still thought her poses were good, and her turn like that right there, oh my gosh, perfection. And she just looks incredible. Look at the intensity in her eyes. Yes, girl. I love the eye contact. Okay, so now we're gonna switch gears and go to Iloilo City. Let's see what Iloilo City got to say for herself. Okay. Ooh, nice sharp turn. Mm-hmm. She's great in this color. Mm-hmm. I thought she looked stunning, just absolutely stunning in this. And you see, like, I didn't even have much to say because I was just so mesmerized by her. So yeah, like she had a great walk. She looked good coming on that runway. Lots of attitude. But I think like I would have preferred like some variety in the facials there. Like I think that she could work on that.
I have to finish this paper. I'm swamped. No one told me college would be.
Okay, we're gonna go back and we're gonna look at our girl Montalupa Teresita. Let's find her. Where is she? Let's see. Montalupa. Am I missing her? Ah, there she is. This is our chameleon, Montalupa. She's just given us a variety of looks. So that was interesting that she went with a braided ponytail, but I thought she looked stunning in this dress. And she just, the focus, like when she's coming on that runway, she is just so focused and so fierce. The walk is so good. But for me, I don't think I would have gone with a ponytail. Or if I was going to go with a ponytail for this, I would have added more hair to that ponytail. Because it does seem like that ponytail is quite, like it looks like it could all be her actual hair. I would have added more hair to make that ponytail, one, a little longer, two, even a little fuller, to just give it a bit more elegance and more glam to it. Because I feel like that it's missing something. Like it didn't quite give her the zhuzh, you know, the zhuzh that she really needed. But I loved her presence and her confidence as she walked down the runway. Yep, just wish she had a slightly different hairstyle. I would have, done something other than the braid, or if I want to do braid, add more hair to it to make it more voluminous. I loved her poses and turns at the end of the runway, and I thought we got a nice power pose from her at that last turn for the last look. So that was really nice. She's a solid contender, I would say, to be up there. Like she's pretty consistent, and she's very interesting to watch because she is a chameleon and she does give us kind of like different looks. She's not sticking to like one specific look the whole way through, which is different. I'm not used to that. I'm definitely used to persons sticking with the same look, so it's different, and I think it is working for her. The next person on my list is Nueva Ecija. Okay, let's check her out. This is what I love that. I love that she fanned the material out, but I wish she had just done it a bit more like gently. I love to see her working this dress. This was really fun. She did a really good job with this. I just wish she slowed down at the end with the poses. Like it's too much fluidity. Like just slow down. Give us moments. Right there, she gave us some moments there. That was nice. So I thought she did a solid job with that. And I thought she had really good energy as well. And I thought she looked very statuesque in this, coming down the runway. And I thought she looked really beautiful. So I just want her to like slow down at the end when she was right in front of the camera and just give us those moments. Hold. Let's check out the next girl on my list. And that would be Malay Aklan. Let's find her. Malay Aklan has been doing very, very well. I know that she's one of the standout newbies, so that's really exciting for her. Love that slow turn with her head, I mean. She looks really hot. Like, I think she looks incredible. Like, look at that walk. That's definitely such a great walk. Okay, I wish she would look at the camera. That's my one tip for her, is to please look at the camera. I'm not sure who she's looking at, but it would be great if she looked at the camera. Right there. Boom. Boom. And I wish they caught that last look. I don't know, maybe she didn't stop and that's why they didn't give us that last camera look. But I wish that they had given us that. I thought she did a pretty solid job with this. I like the color on her. And I like the darker pink earrings that she wore. That was really nice. Let me just check my notes. I thought she looked confident coming down the runway. She looks absolutely stunning, and I love the first turn that she did at the runway, and she had a great last turn as well. So I do think that she played with the fabric, well, and she didn't overdo it, so that was good. But yeah, I wish she would look at the camera. I'm not sure who she was looking at. Maybe there was someone standing there and that's the person she was making eye contact with. But ladies, understand that when there is a camera, y'all gotta look at the camera. The camera. Okay, so the next person on my list is Sinaloa and Laguna. I really hope I'm pronouncing these right. If I'm not, please forgive me, because these names are all new to me. Here she is, right here. so confident. I just wish that we would get different facials from her. I do like that she took her time with the poses at the end of the runway. Love this. Beautiful turn. Yeah. Overall, I thought she looked really beautiful in this dress, and I love that slow turn that she did at the end. Very strong walk. Love the flowy gown. And yeah, just wish we got variety in face. So I would say that she definitely needs to work on that variety in face, and she will be good to go. Who else is on my list? Manila. I feel like I have not spoken about Manila before, so that's really exciting to see someone new standing out and bringing it. Let me just see if I can pull her up. Manila. Okay, she was in this dark pink, hot pink. Ooh, I love that. Love the play with the fabric. Yeah, she's giving me such a sexy yet elegant vibe. I love that turn. I just wish that her mouth was a bit more like relaxed. I feel like there's tension in her mouth, but I still think she looks stunning, and she did a really good job with that runway walk. I'm loving the turns that she's giving us. So yeah, she was very confident coming down the runway. Just absolutely stunning. And I love how she played with the dress and the fabric of the dress, and love that she played with it towards the camera. And it was a good last turn and poses, and her poses were good as well. So yeah, like I just wish that her mouth was a little bit more relaxed. I think if she had a more relaxed mouth, or even like a smirk or something, it would have, like, that facial when she did that turn at the end of the runway would have landed so hard. Okay, let us move on to, let's see who's next on the list. It would be Occidental. Which one is this? Mindoro. Yes. Okay. Love it. Love that pose. Very confident. Ooh. Very sexy and sultry. Look at her. Ooh, yes. I love this walk. I love this dress on her. It's really, really beautiful. Look at her face. She is so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. So, so gorgeous. Look at that turn. And she gave us another one. What a work a ponytail, girl. Wasn't she great, guys? I loved her opening turn and pose. Very sexy coming down the runway. Gorgeous face. Love that she had this sweet yet sultry vibe to her. And I loved her confidence, especially during that last turn with the last look. Really nicely done. So very well executed overall. Okay, let's see who's next on my list. And that would be Oriental Mindoro. Okay. Oh, and there she is, Oriental Mindoro. There she goes. Very nice walk. No complaints here. Love that she played with the fabric. Beautiful. Held the pose. Yes. Well done. I love it when they hold the pose because you're creating a little moment. Look at that again. Beautifully done. I just want a little bit more change in facials for me. But yeah, I love that she played with the fabric of the dress, and I don't think it was too much. So that was really well done. I thought she looked stunning, and she walked really, really well. Okay, let us see who's next on the list. Ozamis City. Okay, let us find her. her at the top. Let's go down. There she is, looking fierce, right in that thumbnail. Let's go, girl. She looks like such a supermodel walking down. Look at her eyes. I just feel the intensity. She looks so fierce. Look at this. Ooh, look at that. Yes. Okay, so she was very fierce, and she had a great fierce facial expression coming down the runway, and I thought she looked incredible. She's such a gorgeous face, and I love just the intensity in those eyes, and I like that she didn't rush her poses. She held them, creating that moment for us to just soak her up and just revel in her beauty and her awesomeness. So let us look at the next person on my list. Pangasinan. I'm not sure if I said that right, but we're gonna go with it. Where is she? Where is she? Let's see, where is she? Pampanga. Oh, here she is. So I was beginning to think that I made her up. I love her hairstyle. Like, I love the side swoop of the hair in the front. I feel like it frames her face pretty well. I think it looks nice. It's very different. Okay, so I just wish that she was looking at the camera, and then that would have been like a 10/10 for me. Like, let's look at this walk again. She did really good with this. I feel like this dress is not the easiest dress to walk in. I mean, it has a slit on the side, it looks like, but it looks very fitted. And she worked it well. Again, not looking at the camera. But I think she looks stunning. I just think that one little tip is just for her to look at the camera. She knows what she's doing. Look at the intensity in her eyes. Very sleek and sexy and sultry. It was a really well done walk right there. And she looks really elegant. So yeah, overall I thought she had solid poses and turns, and she looked really good. Let us see who's next on the list. Oh, we're gonna love this one. It is Quezon Province. Don't you just love YouTube and their commercials? Oh, let me hit skip. Okay, so one thing I'll say about her walk was that I just thought that she looked regal here. Just like, look at her. I love this color in her. I love the way the fabric is just blowing and just moving with her. I thought, wow, beautiful. I wish that her hair could have been blowing in the wind behind her. Like, that would have been really great to see. But she is just such a beautiful, beautiful woman. Like, words cannot even. And I loved like the soft facial expression that she was giving us. I thought she just looked incredible coming down that runway. Solid walk. I do think that she could have played with the cape a bit more just to make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, she did a good job with this. It's not like the most, for me, it's not like the most memorable runway walk, but it's solid. Like, I think she can definitely make top 20 with this for sure. It was clean, is what I would say. Okay, so the next person on my list is Rom Blanc, I think. That's how you say it. I have no idea. Ooh, I love that sharp look at the camera. I I only wish that we could have seen her face. I do like this color dress on her. This is a very unique dress. That braided design that it has, very unique. She looks so elegant. I love this. Look at that. Beautiful. She gave us, you see how she gave us all of this? I love that. All of those facial, all that head movement, I loved it. It was like the definition of doing a little for a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looked really, really good there. Again, super excited for her. She looked classy and elegant, and I just thought she looked drop dead gorgeous. She had a strong walk, and I love that she played with the cape, and the facials we got during that last look, like I said, on point. Let's see. Yeah, I got quite a few people on this list. So let's see if I can go through these next two very quickly. San Fernando Cebu, the confidence on her was amazing. I loved the walk. She was really working it. She had such great posture, and I absolutely loved her facial expressions. She really flirted with the camera very well. Let me see if I can find her and I play her. San Fernando. Okay. There she is. And she's someone else that I don't think I've spoken about before, so I love that I was able to include her. Look at her. She's working the cape. Love the walk. Look at that walk. Look at the way her hips are swaying. And then look at her face. Flirty. Look at that. The eyes did not stray from the camera. It's giving confidence. Yeah, see those eyes? She was trying to mesmerize us, and she did that. She did a really good job with that. So good job for San Fernando Cebu. She did a really good job with that. Okay, next person on my list. I don't know how you say her name, but her city name is Guipos, Zamboanga del Sur. Let's see. That is. There she is. Okay. Oh, I love her in this wine red. Look at the walk. Oh, it's more like a berry color. Oh, it's wine red, but it looks like more of a berry colored two-piece. She's such a great walk, and I love that she took her time with each of her poses, and she just looked incredibly beautiful overall. Solid performance from her. Let's see, who else? Pasig. Let's check out Pasig. It's Pasig. Okay. Skip the commercial and let's get into it. Okay. Ooh. Come through, Miss Pasig. Oh, she just looks incredible. Look at her. I can definitely see her on a runway. Look at that gorgeous face. I just wish she would slow down those poses just a little bit. But she has such a strong walk. She's very comfortable during this challenge, and I just feel like she could be a model. Maybe she is. Love the poses. And yeah, just wish she would just slow down just a little bit on those poses and hold them to really give us that chance to kind of like take her in. And she got it. Like, that was really well done. This one, her name is Ifuago, Ifu, Ifugo. I'm not sure how to say that. I know I'm butchering these names big time. Let's see. I. There she is. Love it. Yeah. Dramatic. I love it. I love the drama. For that, she gets like 10/10 for me. And it's a very simple dress. It's nothing like super exciting about this dress. I mean, although I do love the color, but she is working it. She really worked it, like really and truly. She's definitely a performer, and I really enjoyed watching her. And yeah, she definitely entertained me, and I can't wait to see her at prelims. Can't wait to see what she does on stage. But yeah, she did a good job of taking a dress that's very simple. There was nothing truly like stand out about it, but she made that dress work. And you can tell she loved that dress. And sometimes that's all it takes is if you love it and you can work it, then nothing else matters. All right, let's get into our next standout for me, and that would be Tigay. Come through, Tigay. I love how statuesque she looks right here. She just takes her time. Look at her. Yes, Tigay. Okay, look at these eyes. Oh my gosh. She is just so confident and I love it. She looks so statuesque. Look at this whip. Woo! Yes, girl. Fun and flirty. That's what she's giving me. And I love this dress on her. Great walk. The thing I loved about her the most was just her face, like on point. She's stunning. The makeup really suited her well, and I love the ponytail. And she just nailed her poses, and just the way she would just look at the camera. I thought she did a really good job. Okay, we're down to our last three persons, and we're going to go to Miss Benyet. Benyet. I'm not sure how you say that, but here she is. Let's see what she does. Love it. Yes, the energy. Now, one thing I would like to see her work on is just those arm movements. They're a little bit distracting, but I just think she looks so stunning. Look at that face. Oh. Yes, girl. Right there. Right there. Thank you for holding it and thank you for that face. Gorgeous. She looks stunning in this yellow. She did a great walk. Like I said, I think her arms are a little bit distracting. She's got to work on really elongating those arms and making sure they're going front to back instead of like side to side. In my opinion, like that's like my preference. Otherwise, I do feel like it's going to be quite distracting for her during prelims. But strong facials, very fierce. And yeah, she nailed that last turn. So that's a last great look for her. Okay, so let's get into Miss. Let me see. This one is kind of hard. Tuger Garo City. Okay. Let's see. What did she do on the runway that made me put her on this list? Here we go. Let's watch. Oh, love it. I love this dress on her. It's gonna be so pretty. She's working it. You know, sometimes dresses like this aren't the most flattering just because they're just so like big. They're not like fitted, so you're not really seeing the shape of the person, but she did a good job with this. Look at her, she's working it. I'd buy this dress. Like, if I saw her on a runway, I'd buy this dress. I felt like I was watching her in a fashion show She just looked so elegant, so confident. She carried it well, glamorous, very effortless, great facials, great poses, and overall stunning performance from her. So she's definitely not one that I've included in any of my other um, videos. So I'm happy to see her standing out here, and I'll definitely be keeping my eye on her for prelims. So the last person that I have on my list was actually one of the first that I saw, and that is Angela City. I think she was definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Ooh, look at her. Yes, work it. Work it, my girl. Yes, bring it. Look at the face. Look at the face, you guys. Oh, see that little smirk? That's what I'm talking about. Little things she's giving us. Yes. Yes, girl. She makes me so excited. And just look at the way her hair is moving. Oh, you can tell. She's got energy. She is bringing it. She was so good. I thought she had a great first turn and pose, great walk down that runway. I could not stop watching her. Like the hip movement was on point. She looked great. Just overall loved her. Such great energy, and the last turn and look, perfection. Gorgeous. Like she did well. A lot of them did. This is going to be yet again another tough year. Oh, Jenna, sorry. When I'm out of the app that I'm using to broadcast, I can't see the live chat. So, Jenna, hi. Busy morning. I'm at the gym now watching though. Was looking forward to this all week. Oh, thanks. You can definitely tell she loved that dress. It was a nice color. I'm not sure who you were talking about. That blue dress looks like the ocean. Was that from what was her name? Tugero Garo City? Yes, if it's her, for sure. That dress looked incredible on her. And like I said, those very like maxi type of dresses that are just like very flowy, sometimes they're not my favorite. And I think it's because sometimes people just don't know how to work it, but she worked it. I was like, okay, girl, like you're enjoying this, and I'm enjoying you in this dress. So that was really fun to watch. Honestly, there were so many great women for this. The quality of contestants in Miss Universe Philippines is always very, very strong. And it's no wonder that their Miss Universe Philippines does so well every year at Miss Universe. And it's because they are having to compete against so many other strong contenders that by the time they get to Miss Universe, they're on point. They're on it. Like, they have no, like, there's nothing like to stop them. They're so confident because hey, they had to beat out however many, it was like 50 or more contestants to get there. So that's why they're strong. Prelims is on April 28th. Oh, thank you. I have to write that down because I actually did not know that. Thank you for that information. So exciting. I can't wait. I am excited. This is a really, really good year. So I'm excited. I need to actually sit down now and kind of do like maybe like a pre-preliminary list. We'll see. I'm gonna watch the Aqua Burake swimsuit challenge. I know that's out. I haven't had a chance to watch it, so I'm gonna watch that and see if I can hop online sometime in the week. Yes, can we get a favorites list? Yes, yes. I will definitely put one together for you guys to share. But yeah, I'm gonna watch that and see if I can form my list. People keep calling it a bloodbath. Tough competition for sure. I always wish I could see interviews though, so I try to look up videos of them speaking online ahead of time. Yeah, that the interviews are important for sure because that helps give you like a really, once you can bring the interviews in and you compare it with what they do on stage, I think you get a really good picture of how things might shape out. I mean, we did get to see the personality interviews, so I think that those give like a really good indication as well as how comfortable people are in front of a camera or just how comfortable they are talking to other people. So I would go back and watch those personality interviews and see just how the ladies did with that. There were definitely some standouts there. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting year, and I can't wait for it. Oh, by the way, you guys, if you haven't already, you definitely want to watch. I think it's called A Queen's Runway. I saw it on, when did I watch that? Friday night. It was really good. It's pretty much behind the scenes making of Miss Universe Philippines 2024, which I'm hoping that we will get another one for 2025. I love it. I want there to be more content around pageantry and showing what it takes to be successful. And I think Miss Universe Philippines is definitely one of those national pageants that really challenges you. Like in that, I guess you call it documentary, really. The ladies were the contestants were interviewed, and you really got to hear their hear about their commitment. Like some of them were waking up at 3 a.m. just to get dressed to commute every single time that they had to go to an event or something like that. So that really speaks to their level of commitment. And it's impressive to me because here in Cayman, we just don't have that level of commitment from our title holders or from our queens. And I would love to see more of that. Like, no wonder Miss Universe Philippines does good. I saw that they made that documentary. I'll see if I can watch it this week. Yeah, it is a really good documentary, and they do talk to a lot of the different contestants in there, and you really get a feel of their personality, how they interact with each other. And it did seem like they had really good relationships with each other. There was a few of them were always laughing and talking and just having a good time with each other. So that's always really good to see that sisterhood. But at the same time, recognizing that it is a competition. So some of them, when they were talking about, I think it was it might have been the Aqua Burake, because I think they did that last year, the swimsuit challenge. Some of them were talking about how like nerve-wracking it was, and just like how much they really wanted to stand out and how well they wanted to do. So it's great to see that. Like I said, here in Cayman, doesn't exist. Like people enter pageants at literally the 11th hour before the deadline, and then because they do that, they've got no preparation in the bag. So then they're just kind of like trying to learn everything as they go, and it's very, very challenging. A Queen's Runway is the best thing about pageantry that has been released after. Listen, yes, yes, I agree. The best thing, the best thing since Miss Congeniality. Yeah, and I love Miss Congeniality. Like, don't even get me started. I used to know how to I used to know how to say the words, like the all the lines from beginning to end. Michael Caine in that movie is he's just hilarious, and so is Sandra Bullock. Like, now you made me want to watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it now, cause that movie just like, oh, listen. Me and my sister used to recite the lines from that movie top to bottom. Yeah, but Michael Caine was hilarious. That was a good movie, and I want to see more content around pageantry. To be honest, like there's just pageantry is such a great thing, and I just want more like directors and just people making more content around it for us to consume. Did you see the docuseries on Miss America? I had no idea all that was. No, actually, I never saw that. Is that the one on Hulu? I currently don't have access to Hulu, so I wouldn't have seen that one. There's that one, and then there's the one that recently came out about Miss USA and Miss Universe that I haven't seen. I need to get back my Hulu so I can watch those though. So yeah, those are very controversial ones. But Miss America seems to have turned around. Like people seem to be enjoying Miss America 2.0. So whatever they're doing, it must be working now, because I haven't heard any complaints about it recently. So that's really great to see Miss America turn themselves around. Miss Congeniality was released in 2000. Pageantry should step up and show the world that it's more than the few minutes and hours we see on stage. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Yeah, I want to see more. I wish that we could just like more national pageants would show the behind the scenes of their contestant journeys, to show other girls too like what it takes, and to show the world that like, what's funny is that a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about people outside the pageant industry, like the the people who claim that it's derogatory or demeaning to women or what have you, to me, they are the ones that have an archaic view of pageantry. They are the ones that have not let go of what pageantry used to be, because they're not involved in pageantry today. They're not watching it, they're not paying attention to it, they're not well versed in it. So like they still have that stereotypical view of pageantry. Um, and they've not evolved their opinion of it because they're not interested in like looking at it. They anytime they'll see like a 30-second clip and that will it's like confirmation bias for them. So remember when, oh, this was when Steve Harvey was hosting the Miss Universe pageant, and didn't he ask one of the girls, was it Miss India, what, so he asked one of them, oh, I heard that you can meow like a cat or something like that. And she did it, or she can make animal sounds, and she did it on stage. And that little clip of her doing that, I can't remember who it was, but that little clip of her doing that made it all over the world. And all these people outside of pageantry was like, ugh, like, why are we still having these pageants? They're so archaic. Like, why are we doing this to women? And look at her, she's up there meowing like a cat or whatever animal it was. And it's like, oh my gosh, you guys take like this little snippet of the entire thing, which is like 2 hours long, and you've taken 30 seconds and ran with it. And it's like, that is meant to be a lighthearted, fun segment. If you actually watch the entire thing from beginning to end, you will see that we get to the more serious stuff at the end of the night when it's crunch time. Like, people still have this view of pageantry, and it's crazy because like they have not evolved. We have, they have not. But maybe what we need to be doing is we need to be showing that we have evolved. Now, I know that there are people out there who, like fans out there who, they still like see it as solely a beauty pageant and nothing more. That is not my view. I recognize wholeheartedly that yes, there is an element of beauty on there, but there's other things as well. So, yeah, let me see. I get the feeling that a Queen's Runway is going to blow up and become a hit among pageant and non-pageant fans. I hope so. I hope so. Because it really does highlight the work that you need to put in to be successful in a pageant, like how committed you need to be. There was even like one of the contestants who talked about how she lost her job or gave up her job or something to pursue this. So yeah, and like there was a what was it, Pasek from last year, who was a mom who talked about you know how much she wanted this, and like she had competed years ago, and even then she was very close to aging out. Like she didn't have a lot of time. I think she was the last. She was at the cutoff age for aging out. So to have it be open to mothers and wives, and for her to be able to enter again is incredible experience for her. And she was talking about how she was showing her daughter that women can do anything, and regardless of age, marital status, and parenthood. So I love that message. It was her Nas, Miss Universe 2021 from India. See, and I know it was Miss India. And when they did that, I was like, oh no, here we go. I knew it was going to come back to bite us. I was like, this not gonna land well with people. But also, why is it pageantry's responsibility to be the only representative of what women are? It's one industry of wonderful opportunities. That is very true too. Point taken. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's tough because I think people just are so hung up, you know, and that's why we need more content around pageantry to give people more of an insight into what goes on behind the scenes. Because even like just here in Cayman and in the Caribbean, we are still so critical of pageants, and all we think it is dressing up and looking pretty on stage. Never mind the actual confidence it takes to get up there, or the work that you have to put in to make sure that you feel good about yourself. Like, I know that a lot of people are like, when it comes to like weight and stuff like that, like that's still a major like thing. Like, oh no, you can't tell someone that they need to lose weight or that they need to work out. Like it's like that was part of like some of the issues we had recently with our Miss World Cayman being dethroned. But pageantry is meant to help you develop the best version of yourself, you know, and it's meant to challenge you in all areas of life, including fitness. And my stance is that you don't need to be like a stick. Like I don't think you need to be that, but I do agree that you should be living an active and healthy lifestyle and taking care of yourself. And part of that is working out and eating healthy. I mean, you're in a competition. And to me, like it's no different than bodybuilding. Like people talk about how, oh, look at what they wear for pageants, the swimsuits on stage and blah blah blah. Like why are women on stage in swimsuits? Oh, have you seen swimsuits today on the beach? Like anybody watch Too Hot to Handle, Temptation Island, all of them with their little like thongs on the beach, like hello. One of the most beneficial parts about pageantry is the self growth. Even the current Miss Universe Victoria has said this exactly. Exactly. And I think that's why we need more title holders and contestants speaking up about the growth that they've experienced through pageantry, because I think that that is what's going to help to combat that, especially like just contestants, because here's the thing, we all know that only one person can win the crown at the end of the night, but there's different wins that can happen in a pageant. And to me, when I work with my coaching clients, I always tell them, for me, it's winning is like, it's like the cherry on the top. What I really love to see is the transformation, is that growth. When you come into me and you're here, like at this level, and you leave and you're here, I love to see that, because I love that growth, that transformation. And to me, that's what makes pageantry so worth it, is that transformation. And if you just happen to win along the way, well then that's even better. I feel like this whole JKN era of Miss Universe would need a whole series about 5 seasons. There's a lot to talk about. And listen, aren't they supposed to be doing a reality show? Because wasn't that like their whole thing when they came out and said, mothers and women older than blah 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 and whatnot, married women can enter but they can't win? Was not like her whole thing was like, oh no, I wasn't talking about the pageant, I was talking about a reality show. Where's that reality show today? Where is it? I thought we were supposed to be getting a reality show out of this. I haven't heard anything more about it. And I think that we as fans, we need to be holding these organizations accountable. If you tell me that you're gonna be doing a fashion show, I mean a reality TV show, like I need to be seeing that somewhere. Where is it? I'm just saying, like where is it? I mean, thank God they finally made good on the Continental Queens getting to travel, because that would have been something else too. But yeah, I agree. Listen, JKN, this whole era of Miss Universe, it writes itself. Just stick a camera around and follow them. But they listen, if they let that happen, mm, they're not gonna do that, because you know there's probably some shady things going on, all in the background. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear like my daughter in the background singing her little heart out, but I could definitely hear it. She's like obsessed with this one song. So yeah, but the girls who make the semis or just make a splash in the competition actually benefit much more than the girl who wins. Okay. Is that because when you win, you have to like sign a contract and you're like kind of beholden to the organization, so you don't really get to do like a whole lot? You can hear a little bit. They said Miss Universe would be doing a travel blog, and don't get me started about the whole Miss Universe Latina thing. What Miss Universe Latina thing? What are you what are you talking about with that? And a travel blog. Yeah, see, no, I haven't seen any travel blog. I mean, how many places has she been? Has she been traveling that much? I don't know. I feel like I'm out of the loop with what Victoria's been doing. I know that Shanice traveled a lot, but I haven't been keeping up too much with Victoria. But yeah, going back to the girls who made the semis or just make a splash in the competition actually benefit much more. Is that because there's like a contract that the winner is beholden to the organization and has to kind of do what they say, and can't really do their own thing. They have to kind of follow the rules, and then the other girls who don't win, they get to do whatever they want and get to take opportunities here, there, and wherever they please. I would imagine that that's what you mean by that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that I feel like that does happen. Yeah, where I can see that even on a national level, I can see where the winner, if she's contracted, has to abide by certain things versus the runner ups who get to do more because they maybe aren't contracted, or maybe their contract is a little less stringent. Yeah, she's been traveling a fair amount. She had a homecoming in Denmark the other week. Yes, she did. And am I remembering correctly? Did they not just take away the franchise from the Denmark franchise holder and give it to someone else after she done produced like Denmark's first win and probably will be their only win for a long time? I don't know. I'm just saying. Could be. Like that. I don't know what they're doing over there. I don't know why they would take it away from her. Now her and the Continental Queens are in Thailand, which is great. They would hold a competition more like a reality show for Latin girls, in which the winner would compete at Miss Universe with the sash Miss Latina. I did not hear this. This is new. Wait, let me read that again. They would hold a competition more like a reality show for Latin girls, in which the winner would compete at Miss Universe with the sash Miss Latina. Huh, I didn't hear that. Wow. I must have missed that one. I did not know about that at all. So she would be Miss Latina, but would that mean that we would still have other Latin countries participating, right? Like that doesn't exclude them if they didn't win that title, right? Hmm. Interesting. Anyway, speaking of continental queens, I low-key wish that they would actually separate the Caribbean from the Americas, just cause like we just can't like the Caribbean. We're smaller islands over here. We don't really have a whole lot of budget to work with. We don't really have a whole lot of support. I do wish that we could have our own little section just for us, rather than being lumped in with the Americas, because then we get lost in the mix. And I'm like, and I thought there were some good Caribbean women last year at Miss Universe. So I wish that we could have our own little area, just for the Caribbean, you know. But oh wow, boohoo. But yeah, so if you guys can check out a Queen's Runway as soon as you can, because it's really good. And like I said, I will try and see if I can come on sometime in the weekday to go over the recent swimsuit challenge. I'm sure I'm sure it's really exciting. I can't wait. I've tried to watch it before coming on, but there was just not enough time when I looked at how long the clips were. If they had it like individually cut, then I could have watched them really quickly and made my written down my thoughts. But yeah, they have it as one whole thing, so I'm gonna have to sit and watch that and see who does what. Have you guys seen it yet? Okay, the Miss Denmark org still holds the franchise. Victoria has traveled to 11 countries so far. There would still be Latin countries competing as well, but this is a stupid idea in my opinion. Well, yeah, it does sound silly. Like, yeah, there's no point in that, realistically. I mean, I think it could be fun for the Latin countries to do that on their own. Like if they want to have a Miss Latina and she's just the baddest bee from all the Latin countries, Go for it. I'd watch it. But then to have her go to Miss Universe for what? When you got a plethora of Latino countries competing anyway, you know? And someone brought this up some time ago, but I wish there was like a Miss Universe All Stars. Now that would be epic. A Miss Universe All Stars. Bring back like, past Miss Universes to compete against each other. Let's see who won't win. I would die. I would die. I would die, y'all. A Miss Universe All Stars. And bring it back. Only title holders come through. Let's see who will win. I feel Miss Universe this year is gonna be a competition of fan bases. Yeah, this year is gonna be interesting because it is gonna be in Thailand, and the whole thing with Nawat and what her name is, Anne, joining forces, and I mean, at least we'll get a good show out of it. That's all. At least we'll get a good show. Which, by the way, I need to catch up with what's going on with Miss Universe Thailand. And I have not been paying attention, but yeah, I need to catch up with that one. Yes, a Miss Universe All Stars would be so much fun because you can't tell me that, listen, the queens coming back to compete against each other would be epic. Oh my God, I would just die. I would just die. Because I just know some of them, they got it. They still got it. Even years later, I look at them and I'm just like, I can see you still got it, girl. Catriona, I know you still got it. You still got it. I can see it. So yeah, it would be really, really fun. Yeah. But girl can dream, right? We'll see. With MGI on board this year, a powerhouse country or a girl that has the random on her side is gonna win. Has the fandom. That's what you meant. The fandom on her side is gonna win. Yeah. Powerhouse country for sure. And honestly, are we gonna be surprised if that's Thailand? I don't know. Are we going to be surprised if that's Thailand? I'm just putting that out there. I mean, it is in Thailand. You got 2 Thai people running the show. And then, what's that girl's name that everyone is rooting for? That I actually do think that she's a strong contender for Miss Universe Thailand. The one that, sold a bunch of, that made a bunch of money for Miss Universe Thailand. I forgot her name. But she's a strong contender. I will give her that. I do think that she stands a really good shot at winning. And if she goes to Universe, I also feel an Asian country would win. Vina, yeah. If she wins Thailand, I think she could take Universe. She really could. She's a strong contender. And I'm not quite certain yet, if we. Let me think. Who's been crowned? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look and see if there's anyone that's been crowned thus far for Miss Universe that is on the ball that could actually challenge her. I guess we'll have to wait and see who comes up, but she's definitely a strong contender. So I would not be surprised if she's up there in that top 5, top 3. Actually, be the top 2. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but I do think it's gonna be someone that is gonna be someone strong on stage. Because let me tell you, Victoria, I was so baffled by her during prelims. I was like, and don't get me wrong, I was actually rooting for her from before prelims because I thought she was fabulous. I was following her every move. I thought she was absolutely stunning, and I love that she was always posting, very active on social media. And I did catch a reel that she talked about her upbringing. She just came out of her interview and she talked about her upbringing, and she talked about all that she's gone through in life. And I thought, wow, inspirational, very inspirational. So I definitely thought that she would be going very high up the list. So she was high on my list. But when I saw her during prelims, I was like, what was that? That was a big letdown for me. And I just had this distinct image of her doing that like high kick during swimsuit, and I was just like, that's very Miss Grand of you. And I didn't even know at the time that she had competed for Miss Grand, but I was like, that's very Miss Grand of you. I am not feeling it. And I mean, I still thought she'd make top 20, and she did. But when she got all the way up there, I was like, yeah, I guess they love you because of the interview. That's my only thought as to why like she kept advancing, was because of that interview that she did. Vina is strong, but she now has to win provincial before she can make it to nationals. And at nationals, she is going to be up against veterans, some who have achieved incredible results abroad. Okay, well, we shall have to see then and see how she does. Hmm. I mean, but she competed, didn't she compete last? Sorry, didn't she compete last year for Miss Universe Philippines? Was she not the? Did she place? Did she get like first runner up or something? Because I feel it was, or I might misremember. Was it 2 years ago? I don't remember. Which I feel like she definitely competed before. So let's see. I'll have to tune in and see how she's doing and see what's going on there. There's so many girls at Miss Universe this past year. It was hard to research and keep track of everyone. But when you listen to her speak and her story, she is very resilient, gracious, and charismatic. She is, and I think that that is solely why she continued to like go higher and higher, because the stage performance was not what we are used to for Miss Universe. And I think that that upset a lot of people who, especially people who are like, they love the stage performance of it all. Like, that is their bread and butter. Like, they love that. And, you know, can't really blame them, because we don't actually get to see the interview. So we really don't know what they say in interview, you know? So I think one year they did like they revealed they showed us the interviews, and that was one year, and we never got to see it again. And I really wish they would. Vina competed in 2023 against Antonia. Yeah, yes, I knew she competed. Antonia, yes, and Jazzy. She was second runner up. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's see. You just look, the beauty about pageants is I feel like there's always something that you never see coming. That's what I love about pageants, is like something unexpected always happens. Even if I think a person is going to win, and they do go to win, but sometimes it's unexpected in who the runner up is, or who makes a top 20, you know, like, yeah, like the year Miss South Africa did not make the top 20. Shock, shooketh, and wow. Oh God. Like, so I always feel like there's something exciting that happens. We just never know. You just never know what you're gonna get. You know what? Sally Field said it in Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So, yeah. And that's the beauty of pageantry, and that's the fun of it. Chidama's story was very Arbany-esque. Okay, rising from the current controversy. Yeah. Also Demi Lee. Yeah, Demi Lee. Yeah, all great, strong contenders. But yeah, and no matter who wins Miss Universe Philippines 2025, we are still gonna be heartbroken. Yes, because only one person can win Miss Universe, and that means that the rest can't. But I mean, at least they have other titles that they give out, so it's not like completely the end of us seeing them. We get to see them compete in other pageants, so I think that that's really fun. I know Supra has started up. Um, they've already started with their super chats. I actually need to catch up with that and see what's going on over there. You guys, there's just so many pageants and so many hours in a day, and I work full time, and I want to watch all the pageants and report on all the pageants, but I can't. I don't have so much time, and like, I know, like, I absolutely love Miss Universe Philippines, but I do want to start following Miss Supranational, because we do have a Miss Supranational title holder here, and her name is Tracy Campbell. So I'm very excited for her to go off to Miss Supra. I don't know if her super chat has already come out. I need to actually check and see if it hasn't. When will it be coming out? But yeah, I do want to follow Supra. With some of the girls entering Miss South Africa this year, they are gearing up for a major, major comeback. I love it. Love it. I love South Africa. Cause that. Oh wait, I missed something. Cause Demi Lee had a really traumatic heat jacking. Heat was it heat jacking when she was Miss South Africa? Heat jacking? What's that? Carjacking. Oh yes, she talked about that. She talked about that, and that was her like whole thing. That was her whole story, and that made her like so incredibly like relatable and memorable. And I think that that just made her stand out a lot. So yes, the at the time Miss Universe definitely Miss Universe now definitely values story and having that. I guess because it just makes you marketable to people because it makes you relatable, like makes you feel like a regular person as opposed to like, in days like years and years ago, queens were more like goddesses. They weren't that relatable, but when you see them, you admired them. You wanted to be like them, but you would never really go and talk to them kind of thing. It was just very otherworldly goddess type. And now I think pageantry is more about being authentic and relatable and marketable to the common person. With some of the girls entering Miss South Africa this year, they are gearing up for a major, major comeback. Yes, I'm excited. And I also love that they do a reality show, Crown Chasers. I love that. Like I don't think they promote it a lot, but it's on their app. You can watch it. I don't know. Do they have a YouTube channel? I never did try to see if I could find it on YouTube actually. Maybe it is on YouTube. But I watched it one year and I loved it. Like it was very America's Next Top Model, and I loved America's Next Top Model. Supra Germany with BBP Globe 2023 and was second runner up at the Miss Globe. Super Journey was Benny Filipinas Globe 2023 and was second runner at the Miss Globe. Ay ay ay. Okay. Was that BBP? What is BBP? Is that Benny Filipinas? Oh, you said Super Germany. Does she have dual citizenship? That's the other thing about Miss Universe Philippines. I love that they are allowing their women from like they make it happen. Like you could be wherever and they will let you compete. I love that. Because like I think last year they had like Miss Universe Philippines California and Miss Universe Philippines Great Britain, and so like yeah, love that they are allowing Filipinas from all around the world. Yes, Benny Filipinas. Okay. Supra this year is gonna be the Clash of Titans. Literally, the majority of the girls are over. Oh my god. Okay, see that breaks my heart because our Miss Universe Supra is an itty bitty petite woman. Like she petite in height and petite in frame. She's very small, but she know how to work her runway. I will say that she's definitely one of the best I've seen come out of Cayman for runway. Like she's a very strong runway walk. I can only hope that when she goes internationally that she, rises to the challenge and is not going to be intimidated by the Amazonians that she will be standing next to. So yeah, we shall see. So look out for Miss Universe, for Miss Supranational Cayman Islands. Her name is Tracy Campbell. She's a lovely girl, and like I said, very strong on stage. So I'm expecting her to represent well and just to really do well overseas. So I'm excited for her and I can't wait. Do you guys follow Miss World? Because I have my thing about Miss World is that I think it's because they don't do a lot of marketing on this side of the world. Like, it's not a big pageant over here. So it's, to me, like, it doesn't have quite the same allure to it. But we do have a Miss World going off at the end of this month to compete. So again, I want to cover that pageant as well. and just do as much I can to give coverage for that. But we'll see how it goes. It all depends um, how things work out. Miss Universe Philippines still have them this year, the overseas girls. Yes, they do. They just choose a local province or city in the Philippines where they trace their roots to. Interesting. Yeah, because last year they had Miss Universe Philippines, like Florida, and I liked her. She was just, I thought she was so adorable. I wish she could have come back and compete again, but I think she went on to compete in another pageant, probably like USA System, I think. Um, I think, unless I'm making that up. But yeah, she was adorable. I loved her curly hair. Thought she looked gorgeous with that. Um, but yeah, that's I love that they allowing the girls to compete from like all around the world as long as they have, I guess, Filipino heritage. Because there's a girl here too in Cayman. Like we have a lot of Filipinos here. Like the Filipino community is very strong here in Cayman, and there's a girl who is I think she's a title holder. She's Miss Global International Philippines, and if y'all see her, she is so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I don't think that she has Caymanian citizenship, so I don't know that she would be allowed to enter like our Miss Universe or Miss World or Miss Supra titles. But if she wants to continue in pageantry, I would love to see her compete for Miss Universe Philippines. I think she's so gorgeous. I think the Philippines or South Africa is going to win Miss World this year. Maybe France and the USA can also snatch the crown. Okay. I did I see a picture of Miss Universe Philippines? I have to check her out. Or Miss South Africa. Okay. Not Miss Universe, Miss World Philippines. And Miss World South Africa. Okay. I'll have to go and check now. Because like I said, I don't really follow Miss World title holder, national title holders that closely, so I don't know them. But I want to try to follow the pageant this year and see how that goes. I think my problem is that a lot of these like Super seems to do it and Whirl as well. They have a lot of pre finale events, and it gets to be a lot. Like Miss Universe, like Philippines is a lot, and then to turn on and do it again for Super and World is a lot. But I'm gonna try and cover some of them just to kind of make good on that promise to myself that I'm gonna cover them. Um, Gosh, Miss France, like the Miss France pageant. That pageant is insane. Have y'all seen that? Like, it's like Broadway meets pageantry. I'm like, I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, I was floored. I was like, oh my god, like this is so much fun to watch. But I also feel like it's very heavy on like the dancing and stuff, and just very very heavy on performance, like very heavy on that stuff. So it's very interesting to watch. But I do enjoy it. It's a really good show. It really is. And then I guess like for me with Miss World, I wish that they just did more on stage. Like I feel like they do most of their preliminary stuff off stage. So before you get to that finale night, and then when you get to the finale, when you get to the stage, there's not a whole lot that's done. Like a lot of it is like recap of what took place leading up to that night. So they have a lot of video packages, and then you get some entertainment thrown in there. They show people's beauty with a purpose, like the top five or something like that, and then they have the top 40 called out, but they're only like standing on stage. They don't really walk per se. It's not until you get to like evening gown where they then walk. I don't remember if they actually do walk. I think they do. And then they answer a question. So like for me, like it's, I guess because it's not a traditional pageant, it does kind of like make me lose interest a little bit. Miss World Philippines is Krishna. Oh yes, 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 yes. I remember her. Yes, she was top three in Miss Universe Philippines. I call her Illusion Gown Queen. You know what I'm talking about? That illusion gown, fire. I was like, ma'am, you know what you were doing with that dress. You knew what you were doing with that dress. that illusion gown, like with the black panels. No, like you needed that. Like you needed that. You didn't need that, but girl, you gave it to us anyway. I was like, yes, girl. She brought it. She brought that. She was top three in Miss Universe Philippines 2023 with Michelle and Pauline. The girls with the silver gown and the black. Snatched. That's right. The snatched waist. That's all you need to say. Snatched waist, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I can picture her right now. Yes, I know exactly what that is. Strong. Not who I pictured for Miss World. Like, I guess I don't know, like because I don't closely pay attention to Miss World like that, internationally. My view of Miss World, and you guys can share and tell me what you think of Miss World. Like if I think about the branding, I almost feel, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, that she is a soft, feminine, girly girl, like regal, elegant, but just sort of that girl next door, everybody's best friend, versus like say a Miss Universe who is sexy and bold and daring and edgy. That's sort of how I see these two brands. And I definitely see Krishna as being more Miss Universe material or being more glam, like maybe like a Supra, just more of a glam pageant. I don't see World as being a glam pageant. Just I don't know. I think they're more down to earth over there. They're softer, more femme, just more genteel. You know, just like demure kind of vibe. But I don't know. Maybe I'm like miscategorizing them. What do you think? I think let's see. She went viral for that evening gown performance she gave during Miss. Yes, she did. It's literally one of the best. Miss World should bring back a swim or fitness segment for finale and an evening gown competition for us to see how the cuts are made. Exactly. And I think that's why I can't get into it because I'm just like, how did you get from point A to point B? Like, I don't understand. And I guess a lot of it they can argue is from all of the prelim competitions that happen before and all of the events that happen and activities that happen before. They're watching the girls. They're really like assessing them and seeing who has what it takes and who's going to like to be a good title holder potentially. So I guess they're using all of that time to kind of assess and make the decision on a top 40. But once you get to that top 40, then like how do you get to a top 20 or a top 10? How do you make the cut? Like I explain it, please, for the rest of us. Let us in on it. And I think that's why I have a hard time with it. And also like in years gone by, Miss World has never been particularly easy to watch. Like accessibility hasn't been there. I think last year was one of the first years that we actually got to see it on TV in a really long time, and that was because we got the feed through Jamaica. This is another issue. Like, if we're sending someone all the way over there to India to compete on our behalf, we here in the Cayman Islands should be able to watch it easily. Like, I don't know why Miss World is so difficult to watch, but it is to get access to. Eyebrows were raised when Krishna chose to compete for Miss World Philippines, but boy, did she surprise us that she could adapt to any pageant. Okay, so that means what you're telling me is I need to go watch Miss World Philippines to see how she did this because I am just shocked that she is Miss World Philippines. I'm like, okay, but you know what? I do think it's easier when you were that like when you're that good, when you're up there, like you're a fierce, sexy, glam goddess, right? When you got all that going for you, I do think it's easier to pull back and give less than it is to if you're like that sort of demure type of person and more on the modest side of things, it's harder for you to give more. So I think it's easier to pull back than it is to give more. So strategy is important, and so maybe she had a good strategist on her side, a good coach that helped her like saying, you know, let's pull back in these areas, let's kind of soften you here and make you just a little bit more demure. Maybe that's the key. During Miss World Philippines finale, Julia Morley was in attendance. You could see how she was visibly happy. Everything Krishna was on stage or every time Krishna was on stage. At some point, Mama was clapping. Oh, well, shoot. Well, then it might be a done deal. maybe a done deal. We shall see. That is interesting. I love that. Krishna has been working on her advocacy like crazy since she won. She even traveled to Dubai to expand her advocacy, and her comm skills have improved leaps. That's amazing. I love that. And that's something that I don't see here in my country, where from time to time we might get girls recompete. It's not something that is very common. I would love to see more of. But yeah, from time to time we do see women recompete for like a pageant here, but they don't do the work to like improve the skills that were holding them back from placing or advancing in the competition. So it's just like more of the same thing you did last year when that same thing didn't work out for you. So that's really good that she went back to the drawing board and has worked on her comm skills and expanded her advocacy. And that's something that I also wish more people understood. And when I say people, I talk about people in the Cayman Islands. Is that I think when we choose advocacies to work on, you have to think about it from an international standpoint. Like, how marketable is this advocacy? Is this something that is just specific to your country? And if your country's like mine, it's a like tiny little dot in the Caribbean Sea, it may not be as marketable. You know what I mean? Versus if you're choosing something that a lot of countries or a lot of people can relate to. I think that's where the magic really is with a platform or with an advocacy, is choosing something that can be expanded and be made to reach outside of just your little area that you're in. So I do think that that's a really good thing that she's done. I don't know what her advocacy is, but expanding it to Dubai is amazing. So sounds like she is putting in the work and she's doing what she needs to do to stand out. And if Julia was there, she already is on Julia's radar. I mean, what more is there to say? Like, she's definitely gonna be up there. I mean, not for nothing, but it is Miss Philippines. Like, you know, they do pageantry on another level. We could all just take a page out of their book. So anyway, guys, I have so much stuff to do, including go watch that swimsuit challenge. So I'm gonna dip out. One last comment. Miss South Africa is just 18, but boy, can she command a room. She is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I have to go and check her out. Is this Miss South Africa? So is this Miss South Africa World that you're talking about? I have to go and see who that is. Have a good week, Jenna. Thank you so much. But yeah, I got tons of stuff to do, so I'm gonna hop off. Thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna try to be a bit more consistent and try to be on between 11, at least from 11, between 11 and 12. We'll see. I'm very busy, so you know what? Hit the notification bell so y'all can know when I'm going live, and then you can just hop on in. But I'm going to try to stay consistent and keep it to Sundays and be here with y'all because it's fun. Thank you guys so much for joining, and have a beautiful week. Bye.